Hi guys, welcome once again. You all know what happened to Peter Obi, but if you do not know, he was detained in the United Kingdom at the airport. Immigration officer stopped him. But the good news right now is that Peter Obi has returned. As you can see, people are jubilating, they are happy. And when you meet people of excellence, like when you see famous actors and actresses, you want to come around them. The same is what people are actually doing, coming around Peter Obi to take pictures, to welcome him. And he has proven times without number that he is a man of integrity and that he will not stoop so low to get himself embroiled in this impersonation allegation that has been presented to the whole world, that has been put on him. How could Peter Obi probably, how could this have happened? That's just what people are asking. Probably some group of people out there decide to create this as a form of distraction or to further drop him, put him inside of that well, a well of muddy waters where he will be struggling and he will not be able to focus on the mandate that he said has been stolen from him. Peter Obi, Labour Party presidential candidate in the just concluded 2023 elections, he said his mandate was stolen, and not just that alone. Prior to this arrest and detaining of him at the airport, United Kingdom airport, Heathrow airport precisely, an audio got leaked out, and when we listened to that audio, the message that the audio, according to analysis, although Peter Obi said he issued a disclaimer saying that audio is fake, it's a deep fake, it has been doctored. But what we heard from the conversation between him and a popular cleric, Christian cleric, Bishop David Oyedepo, we heard things surrounding elections, help me speak to Christians, this is a religious war, and all of that. And from certain individuals who are in Labour Party, the media personality, Anda said that this audio is being played and translated several times in the north of Nigeria amongst Muslims. And this is to further create that religious sentiment war. And eventually, people in the north of Nigeria who do not watch TV like we do in the south, they will only keep listening to this on their radio, in their mosque. That is their own mode of communication. And, that's how they are able to get information. And this will be stored there for them to react in the next 4 years if Peter Obi will be contesting again, if the court finally do not rule in favor of him. He will have to come back again in the next 4 years or in the next 8 years. And this time around, it will be tough because it will not be only Peter Obi, a Southeasterner, contesting. It will be, people like Soludo, people like the central bank governor, Emefiele, and many others in the southeast of Nigeria. Igbos, precisely, predominant Igbos, specifically Igbo, will be out at that time to fight it to finish. Everyone will present to their people what they have to offer. So it will be a very tough one. But we'll see how all of this turns out to be. Now, back to this, case of impersonation. According to the report, they said the person who has been impersonating Peter Obi is at large, meaning he's nowhere to be found. And being that Peter Obi is not a citizen of the United Kingdom, either by naturalization or by birth, is probably a permanent resident in the United Kingdom because he lived in the United Kingdom, and for him to have done that is either a permanent resident holder or a temporary resident holder. But I want to go for the part of the permanent resident holder, either by business investment or he has a visa based on some business anyway. Let's just leave it at that. It's not important. But how did this person come about impersonating Peter Obi? Now, we have to look at how complex it is. When you impersonate an individual, you are either inside of the country with a different visa, you step into that country, and you now take on the identity of that person to go about your businesses, either for job here and there. But if you have to cross the airport, your identity, when I say identity, is not just the passport or the visa that you will be presenting, it also has to do with your fingerprint, which you cannot in any way, you cannot impersonate someone with that fingerprint. It's going to be very difficult. So when Peter Obi came in, I want to confirm, I want to know from the immigration officers, what is this that was found out? Is it double fingerprint, which is impossible? Peter Obi does not have anyone that exists with the same fingerprint. Like everyone is unique to their fingerprint. And then, is it the picture on his passport that he used? Did they scan his face and they are like, you know what? There is a face that looks like yours. That will not make sense. And also, Peter, Gregory, Obi, anyone in the United Kingdom, a Nigerian from the Southeast, could bear that name also. So that cannot be the criteria at which Peter Obi was arrested. Like, oh, there is someone bearing your name. It will be like, so if someone is bearing your name, next they say, oh, the person has the same passport number as yours. Oh, like seriously? Wow. Really? Well, they said he was issued a paper and he was led to a room. The detaining officers came and they're like, you know what, Mr. Labour Party presidential candidate, you have been found wanting. And don't forget that Ekweremadu also has a case to, in fact, he doesn't even have a case to answer. He's already answering his own case right now. He has been, they have indicted him and he is serving time with his wife and a doctor that has been, that is also part of this. So it's not a joke at all. We are talking about serious things here. And this could have gone to a direction that, would have been very terrible. Imagine if Peter Obi was arrested and detained and they say, according to the law, he has to spend certain time in jail, in prison. How would that look like for him when he comes back out? And I think his morale would have dropped at that time. It's going to be like, oh, this. In fact, some people might even begin to say this is spiritual. Like certain people just created this around him to make sure that they cripple him forever. So he won't have face. He won't be able to come out to put himself there and say, I want to, contest again. If he was imprisoned in Nigeria, it could be looked at as persecution. But if it's in the United Kingdom, no one will go and begin to say, oh, the United Kingdom decided to pick him and single him out so as to set him up and all of that. I believe he has lawyers. He is educated and he is smart. He's not poor. He will have his lawyer who will look into this. If someone is impersonating me, it is not my own duty. It is not my own job to look for people who are impersonating me. It is your job. And as you can see, I am the original holder of this identity. Whoever is impersonating me is not my business. I don't know about it. Please do your work. Seek for the person. Find that person. Look for the person and do the needful. If you get that person and there are evidences that points to me selling my identity to that person, then we can now go to court and we can now deal with it. So guys, this is the latest update. I think many of you who are obedient are happy with this news. Drop your comment, like, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're new here. See you in the next one.